Plaintiff Kiani Davis is a struggling single mother. So when she had her hair done by the defendant, who was supposedly an A-list hairstylist, she considered it a luxury. However, Kiani ended up getting a chemical burn and was forced to go to the emergency room. Defendant Daryl Samuel admits that Kiani was burned while his assistant was working on her hair, but he claims it was Kiani's fault because she had pre-treated her hair. Daryl's countersuing for defamation.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I'm a full-time college student and also a single mother, so I really don't have the luxury of treating and pampering myself. So when I had this opportunity to get my hair done by Daryl, this supposed A-list, top-notch hairstylist, I felt really good and excited about it.
Who told you he was an A-list, top-notch hairstyle?
Well, my sister friend who referred us to him, she said that he did hair shows and runways, those different things like that he was known for.
Okay. Is that true? Why don't you give me some background on yourself?
Very true, Your Honor. I've been styling hair for the last 15 years or so. I won numerous hair shows, Bonner Brothers, Silk Hair Battle, Scandalous Hair Battle, you name it. I've been there. I'm trying to make a name for myself.
All right. Anything else you want me to know about you before we move into the specifics of the case?
Just that when I met him, he was like, he's a big man. He has a bigger personality. And it all was fun and everything was fine. And then quickly that changed into someone that was very mean, very rude, and very disrespectful.
Plaintiff Kiani Davis is suing her hairstylist because she claims while his assistant was doing her hair, she got a chemical burn and was forced to go to the emergency room.
What happened?
What happened was I went to his salon and I only wanted a washing set and have him style my hair. But once I got there and met him, he told me that I needed my hair relaxed and trimmed for him to style my hair. So I sat down in his assistant chair to have my hair relaxed. And immediately after she put the relaxer on, it started burning. I mean, burning to the point that I was shaking. And I was telling her that it's burning, I can't take it. And she was telling me that I needed to let her put the relaxer on my hair so it would be straight enough. So when I get into the stylist chair that he'll be able to style my hair.
All right, and do you own the shop?
Yes, and my assistant is highly duly trained. When she admitted, she's telling the truth up to this point. When she sat in the chair to get her hair relaxed, my assistant based her, first of all, Your Honor, like she already told you that she doesn't have the luxury and pampering. It's tax season. First of all, when she came to the shop.
Tax season after
tax season.
I didn't receive
Meaning that's the time of the year where anybody who is not able to get their hair done, that's the time of the year
you
to come.
can't use those dates to apply to this woman.
Well,
next it's gonna say on the first is when she get her hair done. And we know the first is when you get your Social Security or you get your welfare check.
Exactly.
And the woman isn't a senior citizen and not on welfare.
Exactly.
So you can't use these dates.
It's tax season, Your Honor. Everybody has money to come to the hairdresser. First of all, her hair was sticking up and molded down in the back. Her hair was nappy. She wanted to get it cut and curl, but I had to instruct her, you have to get a relaxer. Okay, so she sat in my assistant chair. My assistant, she already uses way too much base from the get-go. That's the protective cream you put on before you put a relaxer on. Okay, so if the relaxer goes on her hair in 30 seconds, it goes to burning, that lets me know that something's been done to her scalp before she comes to my salon. Okay, if a relaxer doesn't burn on your hair in 30 seconds, I use sensitive scalp relaxer at that. Your scalp has to be irritated. You even have to wash your hair, brush your hair, something. The relaxer just don't burn for no reason. We're not using pot ash. This is not 1960. This is
What did your assistant do when she told your assistant her hair was burning?
Okay, she took her to the shampoo bowl and washed her hair, and that's when she let my assistant know that she washed and brushed her hair before she came to the salon.
How'd that come up?
That's not true.
Because my assistant asked her, why is her hair burning so fast? And it's not normal.
And she told her?
She said that her hair was burning because she washed her hair before she came.
Oh, she told you that?
That's just what happened, Your Honor.
What?
That's what happened.
So you're saying that this woman had knowledge that if she washed her hair, her scalp would be burned, and either she forgot she washed it and then remembered, or she never said it in the first place?
No, that's what she said, Your Honor. I have a witness.
No, she told your assistant.
Right.
You weren't there.
I have a witness
She told the
statement.
person who burned her head up.
Right. Well, no, her head didn't
So
get...
we can't rely on
neck.
her
You're right. Not my hair, my neck.
Okay.
Your neck too?
My neck, it wasn't my hair. It was not my scalp.
Okay, what did you say? Did you ever mention having your hair washed?
No.
Were you ever asked that question
No.
by this professional?
No. No, Your Honor, no.
Your professional has a duty
Right.
to ask a question that would determine whether to apply that product or not.
That's true.
I used to get perms back in the day.
I'm about to say, no, your hair's natural.
I did. I used to have my finger waves down to my shoulder. I did. With like Superfly.
Right.
I didn't wear glasses. I mean, I was street dog. Had my perm. But anyhow, I never knew that.
Right.
Now, if a person has gotten their hair permed regularly, have you?
Yes, since I was 10. Since I
You
was
have
10.
gotten it
Since I
done
was 10,
regularly?
and I did not wash my hair before I went
Oh,
there.
you didn't wash
I had
it?
tracks
Not
in my
telling
hair.
the truth, Your Honor.
Why do you think
What
it
he
burned
said
your scalp?
was, it did not burn my scalp. It burned my skin because the chemical was on my skin because it was not protected.
That's what we're talking about. You have pictures?
Yeah, I have pictures.
All right, so how will you account for that? She says it has nothing to do with her scalp. She's
a
talking
part-
about her neck.
That hair, that's her neck, yes, but that's a part of her head. And
Why
it
do you
would be-
think it only affected the bottom part of her hair, also sharing a portion of the neck?
Well, I see that.
Why then?
She scratched. If she mold and brush her hair, common sense, you're going to get the back of your neck exactly where that burn is at.
Common sense says if it will burn the back of your neck and the hair there, it will also burn another portion.
That's not true, Your Honor. If that's the part where she abrades her hair, where she brushed it the hardest, that's where the chemical burn is going to
so now we're talking
Your
brush.
Honor, you cannot do anything. When you come into a salon to get a chemical service, you cannot brush anything to endanger the integrity
So
of your
you have to
scalp.
walk in with your hair's going everywhere
Basically,
that morning.
if you don't want to suffer any burns or anything.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Plaintiff Kiani Davis is suing her hairstylist because she claims while his assistant was doing her hair, she got a chemical burn and was forced to go to the emergency room.
So what do you think caused it?
She applied base, but she didn't apply it around the part.
Is the rest of your hair, was it protected?
Yes.
By what?
By the base.
So you put base
That's the first step.
on.
That's the first step, yeah.
The
Protective
top
cream.
and the sides.
Everywhere. You start around I trained my assistant to start around the hairline first.
What do you think happened?
I'm telling you what happened. I think she washed and, well, I don't think, I know for a fact, it wasn't red when she sat down, but obviously it caused damage because it was an abrasion there. She brushed her hair before she came to
What
our
was the
salon.
result of this, ma'am?
The result of that, I had to go to the hospital. I had second-degree chemical burns to my neck.
Let's see.
And it was caused
Let me
by
see your
the
medical
chemical
analysis.
which either had acid or lye. It has nothing to do with my scalp.
Burn of neck,
It's in your hair
primary
too now.
diagnosis. So you're saying it's a result of not applying the base all the way down, but it's also on the neck, sir.
Exactly.
It's not
Exactly.
It's not supposed to be on
It's in her hair.
How do you explain it being on the neck?
Because she has hair right there, Your Honor. Look at the picture. It's hair there. When you get a shortcut, Your Honor, every piece of hair needs to be relaxed and straight.
What other allegation do you have?
And once I went to the emergency room and they confirmed that it was not my fault and it came from the chemical being on my skin, I went and I tried to reach out to Darryl once again to give me back my money. He refused. He basically told me off. He told me that I wasn't going to see those $100 because I didn't want to pay for my services, which I already paid him $100.
After your hair was done?
After I had my hair done and burned.
Obviously, the damage had not occurred by then.
It did.
Why would you pay someone who damaged your hair with chemicals?
Because I did not want to make a scene in the shop. That's why I called
ain't no
him.
scene to be made.
Exactly.
You say,
That's
look
what I'm
here.
That's why.
You
I
say,
didn't
look
want to make a
here.
scene.
That's what
So
I'm
I'm
saying.
sorry, I
Your
can't
Honor.
pay you for
And
that.
that's all I'm
And
saying
you
to
walk
her.
out.
If she was
Any
not
other
happy
evidence,
anyway,
ma'am?
she did not have to
Yes,
pay
for
me.
one, that he was not even licensed at the time.
That's a lie. I do have a
He
license.
was
I've
not
been licensed.
I also filed a complaint because of my chemical burn with the cosmetology board, and they fined him, and then they
They fined him for this act infraction?
Yeah. I have the paperwork with me.
Sir, were you fined?
They didn't give me a fine because of this in particular. They gave me a fine. I have the fine sheet right here, Your Honor, and it tells you exactly.
And you say he didn't have a license?
He didn't have a license.
I do have a license.
Do you have any evidence of that?
Yes, I have evidence of that.
Let's see the evidence where he doesn't have a license.
And it expired, but it's not going to show when it expired. But I'm going to tell you that it was issued 2001. It expired 2003, and he renewed it this year.
It's public information.
It's only valid for 2 years.
It says it was issued in 01 and it's valid until 13.
No, it's only valid.
I'm reading it. It says expiration is 2013.
I'm trying to explain to you why.
No, I'm gonna read for myself. You don't explain to me what I'm reading. I'm a lawyer and a judge. I know how to read very well, and I know how to read licenses. And this says the issue date was 4/19 of 01. Expiration 3/11 of 13.
Okay, all right. And so
maybe I'm missing something. What is she trying to say?
Can I explain to you?
She's trying to treat me like I'm a kitchen beautician, but I'm not.
I'm trying to explain to you what I'm trying to explain to you, Your Honor.
No, show me what you're explaining.
Kitchen beauticians don't own salons.
Show me what you're explaining. Okay, and this is supposed to indicate that his license only lasted for 2 years and it was expired at that time? All right. The apprentice will receive a certificate of registration for a period of 2 years. Ma'am, these are rules. Ma'am, these are rules. Okay. I read the license.
The license, that's his license.
I know. That's what we're talking about right now. Ma'am, be quiet.
Plaintiff Kiani Davis is suing her hairstylist because she claims while his assistant was doing her hair, she got a chemical burn and was forced to go to the emergency room.
Ma'am, I think you're confused, and I think you contributed to your own negligence because what you've shown me is not correct.
No, sir.
Your claim is dismissed.
No,
have a good day. Your defamation is for what?
For her slandering my name.
How does she slander your name?
She's been going around town. She's still going around to this day telling people not to go to jail.
Show me some evidence.
Oh, I have witness statements.
Someone says they're not going, you have to show the damage.
No
and that
problem.
is, someone is not going to deal with you anymore because of what she alleged. These are witness statements from.
Here's a witness statement right here.
Appearance on it. This is an appearance thing, sir. Your claim is dismissed too. Bye bye.
That's not what happened.
I know, ma'am. I know. Have a good day.
He's not licensed. He's not. You won't get away with this. You was not licensed.
It's over with.
Renewed it.
There goes the license.
Okay, show me the license.
I have it right here. You're not the judge. You just missed the judge, boo.
Okay, he's not licensed.
Down. You won't be moving out of Yamacrawl at my account. There you go.
Okay.
There goes the license. You move out of Yamacrawl on my account.
What is it? You're not licensed. You're still not licensed. You is an apprentice. You work as a trainee under a master cosmetologist.
You can borrow some money?
You's a liar. You's a con artist.
What did I lie about?
You lied about you being licensed.